Welcome to my video on how to draw the Circle Cubed Mandala. The first step you want to do is find the center of your paper, and then you're going to draw a grid using the Flower of Life design. If you're unsure how to do the Flower of Life, please be sure and go check out my other video on where I explain in detail on how to do this. Here I'm just going to quickly go through it to set up the first part of the grid. So you're going to want to fill up your paper with almost the whole thing is going to be filled up with the Flower of Life here. It's going to have 3 main vertical circles. Make sure that they're all filled out so they have the 6 points plus the outside of the part of the circle as well. And then what I did here is I just put out a pencil line around the whole design so that I had an idea of where my mandala was gonna end, because there's so many lines on the outside of the circle it can get a little confusing. So the next step, we're going to be setting up the lines of the grid, and you're going to want to draw this vertical line through the center of all the petals. I'm showing you a little close up here. So it's going to go through the center of all the petals. Next is going to be diagonal, and this is also going to go through the petals, but at a diagonal. And there's going to be one going the way I'm drawing here, and then the next one will be going the other way. So here's the second part of the diagonal going the other way, right through the center of the petals. And then next we're going to draw the horizontal line. So pick 2 points where the petals meet up and draw a horizontal line. The line will go through some of the petals, but will definitely, it does go, it's a perfect horizontal line, as you can see here. And then next we're going to draw the second set of diagonal lines, and these ones are going to be completely through just the center where the petals meet up. It won't be going through any of the petals, so just look carefully and choose a couple points and draw them through. And then here's the second set of diagonal lines going the other way. So basically there are 6 sets of lines. It's basically going to look like a hexagon. So go back and carefully look it over if you think you didn't do it right. And then the next step is going to be drawing these little circles. And as you can see, I'm drawing the little circle at the diameter of the petal at the point where the horizontal and the vertical lines meet up. The second circle that you're going to draw is going to be at the diameter of where the two horizontals line meet up within this smaller Flower of Life. It's going to actually end up being, you're going to draw it through the middle of the small circles that you just drew. You can see a little bit of a close-up here of where the point should be. If you're drawing it in pencil, don't worry about trying to keep it from going through the middle of the little circles. When you ink them in, you won't have to do that. And then the next step is I used a stencil for this just because the circles are actually quite small and I'm not very good at using my compass for circles that are that small. So I'm just using my stencil here. And you can see the points where the medium-sized circles are, or the larger circles, there's that little blank spot in the middle there. And what I'm doing is I'm drawing a tiny little circle in that little void area where all the lines meet up at a point. And so here I am just inking it in. You can see that the smaller circles are complete while the larger circles are actually in the background. So they don't go through the black lines won't be going through the smaller circles. And I decided not to pencil in all the tiny little circles that I'm doing here. It's just an additional step that I didn't want to take. So I'm going to ink them all in later. So this is me finishing up the small circles and then the larger circles, and then adding in the border there, and then finishing up the entire project with the tiny little circles. And the last circle that you're going to do is going to be the smaller circle, and the diameter is going to meet up to just where the outline of the first set of circles that you drew. The best part about this project is that you don't have to use all the lines and the circles that you drew. In pencil, you can go back and choose what you want to do. So I have a couple variations. So this is the first variation. I chose to do all of the circles, but then I also added some vertical and horizontal lines and chose to color them in differently. The second variation is this one. I didn't put any horizontal or vertical lines in. Instead, I chose to use some of the petal patterns. Thanks for watching.